road trips are my thing though, like for real.
Yeah.
But that 30.
What's an unbearable? Like road trips.
An unbearable commute. That whole and then when we get on stage, you're only on stage for 2 songs, so it's like you do all this waiting for 6 minutes.
I get and I understand.
And then everybody's out, and you.
So you don't be sleep backstage or nothing like that?
Man, literally, it happened right at the end of the tour, like through the last 3 or 4 weekends. Like I could not stay away. Like I literally ducked out one weekend. I was like hit because like my homeboy Stash, that's like my manager. I was like, bro, and he put the money down, so I had to confirm with him first. I was like, bro, I'm not going this weekend. Man, why not, bro? You got to, man. We only got 2 more weekends. I was like, bro, I've been going this hard for like the last 2 years, though. And he was like, yeah, you right. I was like, I just want this 1 weekend off. He was like, yeah, you right. I was like, damn, that was the best excuse I ever had to get off work. And then but then I'm still sitting there scrolling through, waiting to see what they're posting. Like, damn, man.
Well, you should have been there.
Right. But then that was the one show that they had busted for COVID. Like they had like a whole SWAT team and a whole bunch of cops in New Jersey. Came through and shut the whole party down. Had like the riot squad and everything out there. So I was like, good thing I missed that one. And then we had the summit. The summit was lit. You know, we had a bunch of celebrities there, and then the Atlanta Hip Hop Awards. That's all I've been really up to. I mean, the music stuff is kind of, you know, I don't want to say dwindling down, but I had an incident. You remember my brother? He was there with me last time. He literally just passed away about a month ago.
Oh, I didn't know that was the.
Yeah, that's my little brother. Yeah. So he just passed away a month ago, and I was at the Atlanta Hip Hop Awards, and the surreal part about it was I've been doing, like, I did all the music and everything just as a motivation for him. So when I'm doing everything, shit's working for me, and I'm like, yo, this is crazy, and I'm getting, every time I go out, I'm getting an influence. Like, I'm meeting this person. We go to the Atlanta Hip Hop Awards, I walk up, my homie Big Jig was with Fabo, and Fabo remembered me and recognized me from other shows, and I had a bottle. He's like, you always know how to start a party. And I'm like, talking to me, Fabo? I was like, yeah, you know me, man. Yeah, EboThaCoolest. So y'all trying to take a shot? They're like, yeah, let's do that. And so he takes a shot, and Big Jig's looking at me like, man, he was like, you not cool, big NBA body, NBA body boy. I was like, I am cool, you big NFL body boy. Fabo started dying, and we're just sitting there in a circle laughing, and I just wanted to, I slowly backed down. I was like, all right, man, I'm about to go inside, and I'm standing by Hicks. I'm like, yo, did Fabo just drink out my bottle? He was like, yeah. I was like, did Fabo just laugh at my joke? He was like, yeah. I was like, oh yeah, let's go. So I go up to the door, and just as soon as I get to the door, Flex Gang Slim, he walks up, and he literally looks up, and he's like, oh, what's up, what's good, bro? I was like, man, chilling. And he's like, you been good? I was like, yeah, apparently I'm on your ass. Everybody says I'm the next you. He was like, oh, for sure? I was like, that's what they saying, but I'm just trying to kick it. He was like, oh, I got you, then make sure you get my number before you leave. I look at Hicks, I was like, yeah, I got you, let me get your number. Go inside, who was in there? Drummer Boy. I met Drummer Boy, and I didn't even recognize who he was. But I mean, I cut his content because for Ugly Money Entertainment, I do like content creating and a whole bunch of stuff for promo. And I'd seen his face, but I didn't really recognize him. He walked in with Lynn Tate, and so I walk up, and he's eyeing me, and I'm like, shit, man, just hug Lynn real quick. And he's still looking at me, but not like, nigga, why you on my girl? But he's like, I know who you are. And so I dap him up, and I walk back, and I'm like, Hicks, who is that nigga that keep staring at me dead in my face? He was like, man, that's Drummer Boy. And I was like, oh, shit. Okay, that's lit. Now, all 3 of them know me. And then literally right after I saw Drummer Boy, my song played like a few minutes after that. So I didn't pay for no slots, so I didn't want to jump up there because there's people that paid, work hard to save money for those. So I was trying to stay in the background, but then, you know, my song played, so I just go up there without the mic regardless. And so I'm just jumping around doing my thing, and literally the like pinnacle of everything I've done as an artist. And literally everything I do, like I get footage, and me and my little brother, we used to edit together, and he used to film more than a host. Right, yeah, he used to do that for me. So I was like, man, I can't wait till he sees this footage. And as soon as I was done, I was looking at it, and I said, Hicks, I was like, I don't even care if I don't get no awards. I was like, this footage is gold, period. And it was literally like no more than 30 minutes later, I had got the phone call from my little sisters. And I literally in the middle of the show just dipped off. And I mean, it was crazy to even think about, but I just can't do music. I just can't do music right now. Not even right now, I'm just not motivated because he gave me that power, and I was trying to show him, like, you get me that power. So I'm trying to show you can give yourself that power, but you can't give other people self-worth. You can't at all, man. It's a crazy world out here.
Do you mind saying what happened?
He was just a self-inflicted gun wound. Okay. Yeah, I mean, and the thing about it is like we live in the country, like I've told y'all 1,000 times, and it's just like he was literally like he's a great white shark, and he was stuck in a fish tank instead of an aquarium. So it's like you just kind of get suffocated being too big for your environment or your mind being too big, and it's just one of those things. It was just his escape, and it's like I don't think ill about it. I'm just more happy that he had control because he felt like everything that he was doing before he had no control of. So he just randomly started following like the chakras and stones and everything, and I was like, why is he doing this out of nowhere? And I was like, besides that, those are the only two things I've seen him like follow through. Was he had purchased us guns, and me and him and my dad used to all shoot together.
Okay.
But he was just real. My dad was real tedious and real technical about it. But I mean, they always bugged me. Why'd you let him do this? I mean, you gotta let people grow up, and that's what happened with my brother. His body was like, not like physically, but like he grew to the point to where basically he couldn't grow anymore, and my parents were just suffocating. So when you got your kids, you gotta let them grow. They're gonna have to get hurt. They're gonna have to put their hands on the stove. And my parents would never let my brother do that. Everything that went wrong, they would, oh, we got you, Skinny. Don't worry, Skinny. Doom. And he'd be like, man, I'm chilling. Mom just got me this, baby. And I'm out here, and they're telling me, Ebo, don't come back. We'll call your probation officer if you come back. I'm like, golly. All I said was I didn't want broccoli tonight. And so, I mean, it's like, and then like my parents are Caucasian, so everything's different. It's all culture, like back and forth thing, but it's balanced me out to be somebody that can understand, I don't want to say everything, but majority of situations I can pretty much get a grasp on.
And so when you say you don't want to do, you're not motivated to do music.
Right.
Did you have the passion prior to? At some point, like in your journey, because you got pretty far with music.
Man, it was like I said before, I was only hosting to perform and everything like that. So it and that was just because me and him had got so lit with it. We had seen the attention that everybody was getting to the people that were supposedly lit, and they didn't have any type of structure, no bars, no entertainment. It was a bunch of niggas just running and recording in the closet. But it's like when you take it to a professional level, it's just like I had to make that influence to him that you don't have to follow the 9 to 5. You don't have to do the regular everyday thing. Mom and dad they want to keep us cool, but they're not gonna be here forever.
Right.
And when that happens, you just gotta go. But I mean, me and him always talked about how, like, I went through DFACs and group homes and everything, so I learned how to get it out the mud, out the concrete. Like, if I need it, I'll get it. But he's always like, man, I wish I grew up that way. But I had to go through stuff like early child abuse and molestation and being starved and all that before 10. And I'm like, bro, you don't want none of that. It's not that cool being me. I swear to God, it's not that cool. But he just always, that's what he always admired. But that's his self-worth thing. And it's like his self-worth was in my words and in my mom's words. Because I told him, you got to stay home. You got to help out because you not the performer. It don't make no sense for you to go out and do this and do that. And so, I mean, he got it and he would understand it. Anything electronic or entertainment-wise, he'd get it at the house. So he was entertained. But, I mean, after a while, it just gets so old, so boring. And then I just know it's like watching the videos of me doing what he was doing with me is always just like you could be happy for somebody, but then it's like, damn, man, why not I am? Man, So it was kind of like a double-edged sword for me to be doing video stuff with him. But that's why we always came up with the random ideas and everything like that. So it wasn't just him taking my footage and just editing it all the time.
And seeing it.
Right. So
do you feel like not doing music in a way without even noticing is more of a guilt?
I think, man, kind of just because I couldn't. Not even like kind of. It's just like it's a reflection. Everything I did, I literally did with my brother. Me and my brother were like Woody and Buzz, Kobe, and it's like you have to say both of them together. So it's like it's not too much of a guilt, but it's a damn. This verse hard as shit, and I immediately think once I bounce it so I can send it to Skinny now. Okay. And it's like if I can't see him or just like if I can't like physically see him react or give me an opinion, it's not even the same. It's not. It don't feel worth it.
So basically, for us, we would see Ebo, but it was basically an Ebo and Skinny collaboration.
Right, basically, yeah, because that's when I started performing, it was just off of something that he told me. Like we were already writing, but we never took it to a performing and getting in front of people. He was like, "You always doing this and that," so I was like, "Man, let me try it." And so I just took off with it, and I have nothing else. If I go work a regular job, I'm getting paid like a 15-year-old. So I worked a regular job for like 3 or 4 years. I'm 30, so I mean I've been doing this music stuff for at least a good 5 or 6 years. I feel pretty professional with it. I mean, my name rings, and that was just like I said. I had that motivation to prove to him that we can do whatever we want. And that's the thing in our county. I told him it's just like it's a self-worth, and misery loves company. Even if you're good, people will try to do whatever they can to make you feel bad. And that's just how the cookie crumbles. It's all about a positivity thing, man. Everybody just gotta stay focused. You gotta have like a drive and a dream. People just don't have that type of dream no more.
For real. So hosting is where your heart is right now.
Yeah, we're going back to hosting, man. I love it. And then I don't get that much attention as an artist, bro. That is not cool, man. You can't go from being a host and then go and be an artist. It is not fulfilling. I went on an 18-city tour headlining. It is not fulfilling, bro.
What?
I swear. I mean, it's like you have, I mean, like my style is different. I'm like Big Sean, like Ludacris. Like I got more content. But we're in the trap side. We're in the trap world. This is the South. So I mean,
yeah.
You gotta have, if you're gonna have bars, you better have energy, and that's where I balance out because my stage presence is stupid. And when it comes to hosting, it's just like a double package because I know everybody's music on the radio, and then pretty much I learn like hooks and everything quick from artists who have good music whenever I'm hosting in front of them. So I just literally like hosting because the adrenaline, and I'm up on stage.
Yeah.
That's the best part, being on stage. And you know, the girls is looking at me. If you're on stage as a host, you get looked at completely different. Like,
yeah.
I got the executives talking to me. I got the artists talking to me. I got the bartender, the hookah. Everybody's coming up to me for everything. So, I mean, I like that. But if you're an artist and you're in your section and you just chilling, they're not going to come up to you. You're in there with 15, 30 other artists. So there's only one host.
You one with the mic.
Exactly. I am the ringleader of this circus.
Exactly.
Y'all remember T-Pain had a song?
That's like literally the epitome of every time I perform. That's what I picture in my head. I'm T-Pain and I'm running a circus because that whole idea is just crazy.
I love it.
It's untamed like madness, man. Like it's just crazy. I love that whole energy. Have you seen me perform?
No, I've never seen other than the video, but nothing in person.
Okay, and it's really tamed down. Like I really toned it down a lot now because I had my knee gave out one time on stage.
I look down at the player like,
I mean, like I turn rap shows into rock shows. So it's like if you in my group, like people, like I do this thing where I'll stomp on like the last 4 beats of like a build up on a verse or something like that. And like once I do that, it catches attention. I'm already 6'5" or blind, so people are looking already. But then I get on stage, I'm louder than the speakers. I get out there, I'm just too lit. And so I mean, it's infectious too because people will do it. As soon as I start stomping, there's gonna be like another 9, 10 artists right after me that's gonna start stomping during their songs, and you'll never see them ever stop after that. But some of them have adapted that. They've seen me do it, and they've kept doing it well. Yeah, they in here.
I was saying earlier, who was the first to wear shiny clothes?
It's like, I know they've done it. You know? But it's like,
originator.
It's all about the culture, and that's all I try and do, everything I do for it. And that's like what my brother was like, it's for the culture. Like, you're going to watch me work, and I got to lead by example. I hate trying to tell people how to do stuff because I never had anybody tell me how to do the basics. It took me to learn the basics on my own and then seeing how everybody else moved to figure out how to get to an advanced level of whatever I'm doing. So get it out the mud, people. You got to.
You know I gotta ask about the show though.
Oh yeah.
You try to escape through that real quick.
Nah, we can take all the time in the world. So
I feel because one, that's how we met, RapCityATL. Shout out, and I always shout them out because that's where my foundation comes from, and I never let it go. So I always say shout out to Rap City. From the outside looking in, y'all were magic.
Man, it's crazy, yeah. That's what made me fall in love.
Yeah, y'all were super magic to the indie world. Even when y'all went to the other station.
Right.
I don't shout out other stations.
Right.
Just to show
yeah. But we know where they was at.
Right.
I shout out Rap City, but
I'm not. Rap City. And so when the break came about, and if anybody is like me who was invested in the show,
right.
I feel like, you know what they say, when you get big, for some reason, like when you get to that breaking point, something always happens to break it up. And I was like, Oh, they so close. This is something they put in the plan. They might have a reality show coming, and they got this going, and this, that, and the third. And the more it was going, I was like, okay, maybe it's not staged. Maybe it's not.
Man, I wished it was staged because that was like literally like having that happen, like being fired. It was literally like I felt like I got dumped. Like it was a whole relationship that I had built, and I had worked up to try and
and that
look
broke a lot of people.
Oh,
even people that aren't like a part of the hosting, like the fans, the followers, the supporters. Like
it's
just
crazy.
to see that broken up is like, oh
it's
my
like,
God.
Really? Y'all doing that? Or are y'all, we know y'all losing ideas. Are y'all just trying to do it? Man, nah, it was a real deal. Like, everything happened. It's like I tried my hardest not to say too much. And after it boiled down, I realized it's just like, me and James were talking in our messages, like going back and forth. He's like, you got your people that know you from back then. They're hitting me up saying how selfish you are and da-da-da-da. How could you do this type of stuff to them? And I'm like, what? I'm like, James, go somewhere, you big fucking dummy. But I'm saying shit like that. I'm calling him a big fucking dummy. I'm not saying anything crazy, like real disrespectful, like talking about him personally. Mm-hmm. But I'm like, if I really hated him, I would have really went at his head. But I'm finding myself just being like, I'm gonna be disrespectful, but respectful at the same time. So it's like a big brother, little brother, like relationship. And whenever we went to Hoodridge, he had nobody that was really helping him at first. Nobody was trying to go over there to Hoodridge. Everybody was like, nah, we ain't doing that. But who was there? Ebo, who's always been there. Always, I said, man, if shit was going to go anyway, I'm going with wherever the radio station went. And sure enough, we went from the ground up, and they tried me and tried to say I stole this or stole that or received money that I didn't receive. Profiting and pocketing are two different things. Mm-hmm. And they're trying to say I pocketed money when I really profited. If I gave the company more money than I got at the end of the night, why is that an issue? Mm-hmm. People counting pockets and everything like that is crazy. So after that, they asked to come back. Rap City's back at VH2. Mm-hmm. Shout out to them. They always I don't want to say reinventing, but they're always
rejuvenating itself.
Right, yeah, there it is, yeah. And yeah, for me, I just gotta do something new. I'm tired of being the little bro. I've gotten enough.
So you're not going back, and that was where I was going. I was like, because I see they got new radio homes.
Yeah.
Is Ebo going back to Rap City?
Man, I'm not going back.
And you don't want to host at all, look.
I don't want to host on Rap City. Like, it's crazy because we said
No, I said you don't want to host at all. I'm trying to.
Oh no, I'm a host.
As in radio.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, you need me over here. Actually, that's what I'm holding off on. Because Nietzsche is such a secretive dude. Like he just signed me on to be a content creator, and then he's got a verified ATL with China Red, and then he has the Ugly Money podcast where they do more mainstream artists for the interviews. So I think China Red might want me to be on there for a podcast, but other than that, I don't have no radio homes, man.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, I miss this. I miss hearing my voice on the radio too. So yeah, I mean, like that's what I went to school for, with journalism and broadcasting. And I mean, that's where my heart is just like. And people tell me, you're such a nerd. Because I'll be like, man, did y'all hear the director from the new Batman movie changed this and that? They're like, nigga, what? And I'm like, oh, I mean, I usually do the entertainment sections, and I gotta write this down for the show, so I'll be getting caught up. And so I mean, like it's stuff like that. And even when we did like Rap City segments over there, man, it never
took up that Panamanian Pisces.
Right. See, it was just us in there that one day, man. See, there should have been more days like that. They should have cut it around, but it was too power hungry and too egocentric, and I couldn't do it no more, and I couldn't keep up the lie. Cause like I told them, I'm an artist. If I'm an artist and I'm charging, I'm telling y'all, we artists gotta pay this and this and this. Mm-hmm. When I know y'all aren't giving that type of exposure, when you do have the plugs, it's like people are gonna think I'm phony whenever I get out, or whenever it's exposed. So I was like, man, I can't do it. So I mean, that was my exit point. I've been trying to go on do tours, and Nietzsche said, you ready to be an artist? I said, hell yes. And like I said, it took 18 cities, and now I'm like, hell no. I will be a recording artist. Like, how they do that? It's easier that way, man. But I'll be hosting like everywhere now. Like I got 4 events this weekend. I'm back at it, like crack at it. I love this. I love it. It's a drug, and that's another thing too on my side is people get caught up in stupid stuff like that, but it's about self-worth. Yeah. They try to get them to come to shows and everything, and they come out, but it's like you can only be so risky in your own life without it like stressing you the hell out or being too much. True. And so they do their crazy stuff in a closed, tame, comfortable environment, and that's how they get off. And it's just like, man, come live life, man. And that's what happened. Like I was doing the same type of stuff, just bored, not doing nothing. And then I started doing music, started doing shows, and I was like, man, I'm too high on these shows right now, and my adrenaline is rushing. Have you not seen me throwing up on stage, man? Man, I had to get way past that. So now my cardio is right, and my act is right, and I got music, and of course my little brother, thanks for that. So I mean, now I like to for me to keep pushing music now, it'll be just like I'm doing it just because I'm doing it. And I don't even like hearing the, well, he's always with you thing. Yeah. I don't even like hearing that. If he's not physically here and I can't call him and be like, nigga, what are you doing? And he's like, nothing.
Yeah. That's one of the things I would like, if you can touch on that, and because I kind of experienced that too. When people try to offer their condolences, but like you don't know how I feel, so shut up. Like all of that. Like, he always with me. No, he's not. Cause
we talked about it one day, like right at that same. It was the next day. It was the very next day when you was posting about don't say this, don't say that, and I was on. We literally was on air talking about it, and I was like, I gotta call my brother, but I don't want to call him because I know he's being involved. That's why I waited like a week, and I was like, I can't wait too long.
I don't even know if I ever said anything. I was like, he like, come on, boy, was going off. I'm like, I ain't gonna say nothing, bro.
And it's like I don't even say stuff, and I don't even like try and cuss at people to get at them. I just say like, if I'm saying, man, like leave me the fuck alone. It's only because I'm saying it. I want you to know how serious I am about leaving me alone.
Right.
I did just and people need your time to process. You know, for people who are cool or something like that, you feel like if you can be there, if you can say something, it's gonna make it better. Right. But sometimes people just need time to process it in their own way. Yeah. And
I understand the gesture, and that's what I was telling everybody too. I'm like, I get it, I understand it, but y'all gotta understand. Like me and like I said, I was adopted, and it was me, my little brother, and I was the only one of my adopted family that had to go back with my biological mom, and that's when I had all the other stupid stuff happen. So when I came back, it was me and my brother Skinny sat in the same seat on the way back from St. Louis all the way back home. Had the same room then, and then once we were just too old, my room was above his room. Like his Xbox was in my room. We back and forth. Everything that I did was with my brother, and it's like to the point of like how you expect the sun when we walk out here, the sun's gonna be up and shining. I expected whenever, anytime I'd be up, I could text him, call him, and he'd pick up. Okay. Now it's crazy, man. It's not like that.
Because I'm a little slow, and I was trying to follow. So I know you say you were adopted, but Skinny is your biological brother.
We're everybody in my I say my family, we're all adopted, but we're like 2 years. It's 6 of us. It's my older brother Ty, he's 32, and then my actually he's 33. My sister's 31, and then I'm 30, and then Skinny was 28, and then my little sisters, the twins. I hope they're not watching. I'm sorry.
That's for me and all my sisters.
Wubbies, I'm sorry. They're twins. I think they're 17, 18. Okay. But yeah, like, and we're all adopted. Like, we don't know life without each other. So, and then like I said, our parents are white. So I didn't even know that was an issue or anything until I went to public school. And they're like, why are your parents white? You're black. And I was like, what does that even mean? White and black, I don't get it. And I was like, Mom, why are they talking about this? And then they're like, well, this is the story of how we got you. And went through the whole thing, but it's like that was my parents got me 2 days old. My brother's 2 or 3 days old, no more than a week old when we were got, and we just always been together.
Yeah. And I asked that because people automatically think that family are those that you're connected by DNA with, and that's not true.
Not at all, man. And I'll tell you that I had the most issues with my adopted parents, but they're my parents. They'll tell me all day, like, Ebo, you're ours, we love you, doesn't matter what anybody else said, because they were doing a whole bunch of that. They were taking in homeless pregnant moms, or they were taking in the children of the mothers that are in prison until they could get out, and then they would help them rehab and give them a place to stay. And so they only kept 6 of us, and they were like, we loved y'all, didn't matter what y'all looked like, what color, or anything, and that was bad. Like, my parents were born in the 40s, and like I said, I was born in 90. So they've seen everything from the Great Depression to all sorts of shit. So it's like, I respect them for that culture, but now like it's like you can see their memory card is loaded up, and like seeing people get old, and then having my brother there trying to take care of stuff. It's like life is real short, and it doesn't. You just want to cherish the people that are around you, no matter if they're blood or if they're not blood.
Yeah, exactly. So you gonna hang around with us, right?
Oh, yeah, I'm chilling. I ain't got no plans. I'm a host, so I work at night.
I'm some right now.
I'm here.
Whatever you need me to be.
So what we about to do, y'all? We about to get into our breakfast mix. Kills, you ready to go out?
We ready.
All right, we'll holler at y'all in a minute.
Peace.